I love you, Matt Murdock. I really do love you, Charlie Cox. Thank you for being a fantastic actor and for taking this role so seriously because you have cemented yourself as one of the best ever superhero castings. Hey everyone, welcome back to Canon Cinema. I'm Amanda, otherwise known as AMX NJ Reviews on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. Today I will be reviewing episode 8 of She-Hulk, and this is a good one. I really like this episode, and I know that Jennifer Walters said at the beginning of this episode, especially with the previously on, she said it's her show. She's been saying that it's her show, but listen, fam, when you tease a big gun like Daredevil, this episode was all about Matt Murdock, okay? And I was very, very happy. I had a gigantic smile on my face watching him back on screen. And I think that this episode had a clear direction. It had pretty strong writing. In this case, I think there was a clear sense of direction. There was a beginning, middle, and end to this episode. They knew where they were heading with this episode. And it still kind of bothers me that at episode 8, I'm like, this is the best episode of the season, out of all of them. And comparing them to the rest, it's just kind of upsetting that it took this long to get to a point where unanimously everyone can enjoy this episode. And it comes down to the fact that you have another lawyer present who can go toe-to-toe with Jennifer Walters. And not for anything, but I do think that Matt Murdock outshined Jen. And I also think that because Jennifer Walters is a completely different character, she's more bubbly, straightforward, and out there, Matt brings this sense of like calm, suave, charming, like cool and collected in the courtroom. The best part of Matt Murdock / Daredevil is the fact that you don't expect him to have that alter ego. You don't expect him to be Daredevil and like beat the living daylights out of people because of how he collects himself in front of people. So I think that duality really works. And the thing is that Charlie Cox, God bless you, you can stick him in anything now as Matt Murdock because of how sure he is of himself and of the character. Nothing will ever be out of character for Matt Murdock, and that comes down to how incredible of a performance Charlie Cox gives whenever he's on screen. He has a very commanding presence, and I think that that's why this worked in this particular episode, and that's why this is the strongest episode of the season. So again, you have Charlie Cox, you have an incredible actress in Tatiana Maslany. So when you put those two together, boom, chemistry. Of course they did the thing. I mean, it's Matt Murdock. Not for anything, I was like fanning myself watching Matt back on screen as a lawyer and as Daredevil. So it was just really interesting to get those feelings come back because I loved that Netflix show so freaking much. A lot of people love that Netflix show. So it's now on Disney Plus. If you haven't watched Daredevil, my goodness, please watch it. He's absolutely incredible. I'm excited for Daredevil Born Again. I think this is going to be a fantastic opportunity for Charlie Cox to really grow as the character, especially in the MCU, because it has been canon. So I think that this episode was really strong. I really enjoyed it. I like that we got Leapfrog in there and that there was a little bit of drama with Jacobson and creating the costumes and, the suits and all of that. I don't want to say that She-Hulk kind of fell into the background, but She-Hulk fell into the background until the last 5 minutes of this episode, again, with Intelligentsia putting her on blast in front of everyone at a special award show like that. It really hurt me. I felt so bad for her. But the thing is that happens. It can happen. We've seen women being embarrassed because of, things that men do, or, they've exposed their secrets in certain ways. Men do this often. The authenticity is there as women's experiences, and I think that it kind of worked for what it was. We never really see Jen get angry the entire series. I know that she fought with her cousin in the very first episode, but that was a different type of like playful anger. This is like she's pissed, and we got to see that level. What would get her to that angry stage, and we got to see it. So I was really happy about that. Didn't really like how quick the cut was to end the episode where she looks off. Like, who did she see? Who did she make eye contact with? There was a Wakanda reference. I think that dropping the trailer and the tickets and then having this episode, that was all planned. They're really smart for that, but maybe this is going to tie in there. So the beauty of She-Hulk, if it has strong writing and it integrates other characters in the MCU properly, okay, She has a great show on her hands if they know how to integrate everything. And that's why this episode really worked. You can get the big guns coming in. You can get a Sam Wilson. You can get a Peter Parker if you wanted to go to Jen instead of Matt. Like it's really great that they can bring in someone like Daredevil and have Tatiana match them in that way. So I think the stronger the character that you have presented with a strong performance that kind of goes on the same level of Tatiana Maslany and the chemistry's there, it's going to work in the MCU. You can bring absolutely anybody in the show because she's a lawyer similar to Daredevil. So I think that we've had a very fun introduction to Jennifer Walters, but now I want to get into the meat and potatoes of everything. We got the bones of what the sitcom is. We got the bones of who Jennifer Walters is and who She-Hulk is, but now we're getting to the meat. I want to see what happens to her moving forward, especially after this very terrible build of Intelligentsia, to be perfectly honest, because they had fun episodes for 6 episodes, and then you only have 3 that actually deals with plot, strong character development for Jennifer Walters, and a finale that will probably kind of go into something else. So I think that leaving all that to the last 3 episodes has been the issue, because now I'm interested. I'm even more interested. It was kind of coasting the first half of this season, but the last 3, top notch. I'm really excited for this finale to see where it goes. But to have Titania as Titania, why did I say Titania? Titania. Anyways, Jamila Jamil in this as her arch nemesis and not really kind of use her properly to divert the audience's attention and then drop Intelligentsia as the actual villain. That happened way too late in this season for me to actually care, but now I'm interested in it and we're not going to get enough of Intelligentsia, which is annoying. So yeah, you drop those little things throughout, but there needed to be more of a focus on Intelligentsia to make what happened at the gala more effective for Jen. But again, we're not staying with it long enough to have a connection with it. This was my favorite episode. I love you, Matt Murdock. I really do love you, Charlie Cox. Thank you for being a fantastic actor and for taking this role so seriously, because you have cemented yourself as one of the best ever superhero castings. And I just want the best for him. His show is not going to be enough because I just need more of him. He's fantastic. So if you guys enjoyed episode 8 of She-Hulk, please let me know in the comments below. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. You can always follow me over at AMX NDA Reviews on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. I'll catch you guys next time. Keep watching movies.